Hey y'all, good morning. So I wanted to make this video and just talk about um, what happened with Chigo and how they tried to destroy her, destroy me, get us out of their country, that part of the city. Because to be quite honest with you, in my gut, I feel like that's what they were trying to do. Either that or there was a troll on my channel who called me paranoid and said that they thought I was mentally ill, right? And it's no secret that I talk openly about my mental illnesses. I've been doing that for years. So the fact that they call me mentally ill is not any like great Einsteinian epiphany that they revealed. But calling me paranoid, I can be paranoid at times, but I don't think it's paranoia. I think it's more of my anxiety kicking in. But call it what you want. It doesn't really matter. My thing is this. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've examined that part, that possibility of the scenario that happened to Chiga. And it's not that. Like, the way they kicked Chiga or pushed, I don't know. I didn't see them. There were no cameras there, so nobody saw them. I'm telling you guys what happened. If you don't believe me, that's your business. If you don't want to hear it, that has nothing to do with me. This is my channel. This is my life. These are my experiences. And if you don't think that they happen, then don't take any part of my life or my channel. You don't have to leave a comment. You don't have to leave a like, dislike. You can if you want, you don't have to. But I'm going to say the truth of my life, and that's it. Moving on. So I was in Mokalo, which is on an island in Croatia, not too far from Trepan and very close to Orebić, which is where I was initially trying to go. But I got really tired, and I didn't have any water. I hadn't had any water for like maybe 4 or 5 hours. I had 2 limes and a grapefruit, so that's what I ate, and thank God that I had that because I wouldn't have made it as far as I made it. So I found this campsite, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop there. And when I saw there was there was a decline, okay, and I was like, Chigo and I are not gonna make it down there because I've made it down declines steeper than that on the highway. The problem was that I was tired, I was dehydrated, I was hungry. I had been walking in the heat for 10 hours. Like I was just done for, and I knew I couldn't push Chiga anymore. Like it was just my energy. I tried to push her like what was it like 3 or 5 meters. I could barely do that. I was done for. I tried to push her down the steps. Chiga fell over. Some nice people came and they helped me. So, and the fact that those nice people came twice, nice people came to help me, right? That's why I got so angry when they pushed Chiga over, and you're gonna see why later in this when I tell you what happened. So the morning I left, uh, I was going up the hill and I was tired, right? But I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna go really slow and I'll make it. And this lady was coming down as I was going up. Her name was Jenna, okay? And yes, Jenna, but I'm not at that campsite anymore. And she saw me. No, I wasn't pushing Chiga. Was I pushing Chiga up? Yeah, because later she wound up helping me with my stuff, and I'm trying to remember if she saw me with my stuff. She saw me with Chiga, so she helps me push Chiga all the way up the hill. Just her and I, two old biddies pushing Chiga up the hill. So we got Chiga up the hill. And she was like, is that all? Is that all your stuff? I'm like, no, I have to keep going back up and down because the thing about it was that um, I figured that if I took this stuff, all the stuff I had, the two boxes that I have inside Chiga and everything, if I took them out, even if they weighed only 20 to 50 pounds, that's 50 pounds lighter because going uphill, that's terrible. Because when we went downhill, now we had to go back uphill because I was leaving. So we left Chiga there, and I've done this so many times before. I've left Chiga somewhere, gone into town to get lunch in small villages, bigger villages. I've done it in cities, not too many cities. In Hungary, I left her at a supermarket, and I had to run and go get something and come back because it was just too much. And she was fine. In big cities, I usually leave her by like supermarkets and stuff, so there's cameras and stuff. But when it's small villages, I just leave her because usually people, they might not like us being there, but they usually don't like destroy. They've not ever like destroyed Chica or kicked her over and ripped her apart like they did this time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to leave Chica here. Plus, those campers or beach goers, whomever they were, had helped me pick Chica up. They helped me push her down the hill on the decline. And they were just random people. I have no idea who they were. They just saw me and they helped. So I was like, Chiga will be fine. These people over here, they cool. So I leave Chiga up there, and Jenna and I keep going back and forth, taking stuff back up, and because it was hot. It was starting to get hot. Even though we got up early, it gets really, really hot really early here. I mean, everywhere in the world. So it's summertime. It's August, so we put in the stuff up there, and when we first left Chiga up there, Jenna was looking around and she was like, is it okay? What about the cars? I'm like, no, because we have pushed her so far over to the right. I was like, no, the cars have a space to park over to the left. So I'm like, okay. So we go, we get the stuff. Every time we come back up, it's fine. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. So I was like, cool. So we went back down the last time, and I was like, you know what, Jenna, I'm tired. I'm gonna sit down for a while, because we had went up, at least made 2 trips outside of pushing Chiga up the hill. So 3 trips in total up and down this descent and incline. And it was hot, and I was sweating, I was tired. It was much. And earlier that morning, I had picked Chiga up by myself up this step. The step wasn't that big, but imagine picking up a whole bike. Picking up Chiga by myself, it was a lot for me because I usually don't do that. So I was tired. I was tired. And then I knew I had to go another 2 kilometers in the heat to get to at least another campsite. So I was like, let me rest and then I'll go finish. So this was around 8, okay? So Jenna and her husband Klaus and I, we had breakfast. They gave me tea. They were just so sweet to me and everything. I saw people coming and going, no matter. I see them coming. I had been there for 4 days, so I was like, I see people coming and going every day. It's whatever. So, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And Klaus was like, don't keep going back and forth up the hill. I'll put all the rest of your stuff in our car and I'll drive your stuff up the hill. And I was like, okay, now keep in mind that every trip that I made from the first trip going up, somebody else was with me. When I tell you that's going to be important later in this experience, I'm telling you, every little thing you think that's insignificant, it matters, okay? So I'm like, oh, thank you, Coach. You don't have to do it. He was like, nah, I'm going to drive you up the hill because this is crazy. I was like, okay, thanks. Okay, he didn't say crazy, but he was probably like, you keep going up and down the hill, you freaking cuckooberry. And I was like, okay. They were so sweet. They're just some of the sweetest people. Like, I call them Santa and Mrs. Claus. Like, for real, that's what I call them. And so Jenna gave me this bracelet. Actually, this hold on, sorry. The green one I got for my birthday from the Palestinian French family. And then the one with the clear beads, Jenna gave me that one. So, yeah. That's my boo. Both of my boos. Anyway, so I finished eating and everything. We get in the car, and Jenna and Klaus get ready. I get in, and we're driving up the hill. Now, the way the hill goes, because remember, I told you, Chigo is all the way over to the right. It's going to look like I'm seeing to the left because I flipped the camera, getting it's facing me, okay? But this way for you guys. It was all the way over to the right, okay? So when we're coming up the hill, we should see Chigo. Okay, we're coming up the hill. I don't see Chigo. I'm like, okay, maybe my orientation is off. We'll go a little bit further up the hill, and I'll see Chigo. Didn't see Chigo. Didn't see all the bags we brought up there. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. I'm panicking because this hasn't ever happened to me. I've had things stolen from me in the past 2, 3 times before. I've had things stolen from me. But no one's ever stolen Chigo and totally just wiped out everything that I have. Okay, so I'm like, don't say nothing, bitch. Just get up and get out the car. Maybe she rolled down the hill. It was a windy day. Because I'm thinking, it was windy. Maybe she... But let me tell you something about Chiga. The way Chiga is, she's heavy, okay? If she rolls, she's gonna fall and roll. Roll and fall. I would have seen her... By the time I got out of the car, I should have seen some semblance of the bags or Chiga. Only thing I saw was the reflectix on the ground, and I'm thinking, and Jenna and Klaus said this too, so let me back up a bit. So okay, and Jenna and Klaus was like, let's get out the car, let's look for her. So we get out. I don't see any of my bags. I don't see any of my stuff except the reflectix. I see nothing. I'm telling you where my mind was. The fact that I didn't see Chiga was getting to me, because as you guys know, I'm in Chiga right now. To move Chiga to where nobody can see her, you'd have to drive her out, or somebody would have to cycle her. And everybody around there, remember I told you it was a lot of campers. Everybody saw me with Chiga, because that place, the privacy level, it's minimal and it's packed crowded. So everybody saw me. So I'm like, the fact that somebody else rolled out of here with Chiga and nobody came and said anything to me. Everybody had seen me sitting there with Klaus and Jenna for hours. So I was getting pissed. Now I'm pissed. Like my emotion went straight to anger, because anger is my default emotion. I've been working on it for years, but anger is my default emotion. So I was like, okay, let's get ready to rumble, because y'all doing this. This is personal, because this was the first time it happened to me. And I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. When I went down, because Klaus and Jenna was like, you need to call the police. So I went down. When I went down after all this happened, and I went down to call the police, the guy that owns the camp, I'll not say the name of the campsite, but the guy that owns the camping site's like, this has never happened before. So when he said that to me, and we called the police, and I went back up to talk to the police, I even said to the police officer, the guy at the campsite said this has never happened before, but because they were trying to tell me, Klaus and Jenna are nice, and the police officer was really nice. Because I was shocked, because police usually not that mean to me. Every now and then I'll get an asshole, but that happens anywhere. But she was really nice. Like, her energy was good, and that was weird for me, because that usually don't happen to me. I know there are police officers with good energy, okay, but I don't meet them. And I was talking to her like she understood what I was saying, like a human being to human being. And I said to her, like, this was personal. This was personal. And I said to her, because there had been some males, I was going to say gentlemen, but males at the campsite who were like trying to get my attention and stuff. And I wasn't saying nothing to anybody, because the experiences that I've had in the Balkans haven't been good. Like, when men ask me, would you like a cup of tea? Because I hear travelers all the time saying, oh, I was cycling or traveling, or I'm backpacking through here, and somebody offered me a cup of tea. And it happened to me in Georgia. They used to invite us in for wine and stuff. No funny business. Just come in, have some wine, chill with us. We exchange experiences about life. You move on, So when people offer me tea in the Balkans, I'm like, yeah, because I love tea. I don't drink coffee. So I was like, yeah, okay, give me some tea. It's great. And then they start asking me all the nasty sexual questions, and I'm just like, no. So now I just don't talk to any of them. I say hi, thank you, and that's it. Yeah. So when I saw them trying to get my attention, I was just like, I'm just going to ignore them because in my opinion, they don't have any good intentions. That's how I feel about it. That's just how I feel about it. You can't change my mind because you just can't. So and I told the police officer this, and she was like, yeah, you don't have to talk to any of them. I said, yeah, but they saw my bike. So they were probably like, well, F this cooch, and I'm about to destroy her life because, now she won't be able to keep doing what she's doing. And let me tell you something else. There are people who don't agree with my lifestyle, okay? Because so many people have said to me, oh, you need a husband, you need a man, you need to settle down. So when they saw Chiga alone and they saw I wasn't there, they were like, oh, we're going to destroy her. She's not going to be able to live her lifestyle. That's what was going through my head too, okay? What was also going through my head was the color thing. Because I was in Croatia. And it's no secret that Croatia got a nationalist racist sentiment there, one that you don't see in the other countries in the Balkans. That's been my experience. I can't call it for anybody else. I can't talk about anybody else's experiences. I can only speak on mine. They got a sentiment there, and they will let you know. I made another video about what happened to me when had just passed the airport near Dubrovnik, and somebody yelled out the car to me, "Go home, go home." And the shit they say to you out loud, it ain't nice. And they will say it like, they say it to your face, but as they're passing by, because they not bold enough to like get in your face and say it, but they will yell it out to you from their car. And like, I've had people yell out nigger to me, Afrikansky. They keep calling me African, even though I'm not African. They keep calling me Afrikansky. It's crazy. So anyway, and I'm like, why can't you just say, oh, excuse me, Dobar dan, good morning, what's your name? Because that's what I do when I want to meet somebody. I don't yell out, hey, Croatian, hey, Montenegrin, hey, that's so dumb. Like, I go up to them, I say, hello, good morning, I need some help. Oh, thank you, what's your name? Okay, Shmeya, thank you, Shmeya, for helping me, and I move on. I don't, what's your name? Marina. Thank you, Marina, for helping me. What's your name? Darko, Marco, whatever. Polo. Thank you for helping me. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. You don't yell out people's color and people's country of origin as a way to greet them. Unless you know them like that and y'all have like this inside joke going on or something like that. Okay, I can understand that. People, that's okay. Anyway, so we wound up calling the police. Now, to call the police, let's get back to the story. To call the police, I had to go back down because I was like, I just want to get out of here. Like, this is crazy. But Jenna and Klaus, shout out to Jenna and Klaus. Shout out to Jenna and Klaus. Shout out to Jenna and Klaus because they were so level-headed. I was pretty level-headed given the situation because everybody who knows me knows I love Chiga. I've named Chiga is my BFF. Okay. So if you want to, let's go and call the police. And I was like, nah, because I had experiences with police officers. And like I said, the police usually don't bother me. But I was like, once they see a black person, they're going to be like, we don't give a shit. That's what was going through my mind. Because I'm like, all these people saw them destroying my stuff and my bike and they let it happen, So I'm like, they're not going to give a shit about no police report. But Jenna and Klaus were like, no, Tammy, let's go down. Calm down, basically. And usually when people tell me calm down, it has the opposite effect. I usually get more angry. But for some reason, I was listening to Jenna and Klaus. Because earlier, Jenna was like, you're the same age, almost this. I'm like 2 or 3 years older or younger than her daughter. So she was like, I see you like my daughter. Calm down. We're going to go call the police. And I'm just like, all right. Okay. I didn't argue with them. So I got in their car, and we drove back down. We got down to the campsite, back to the campsite, and we asked the owner of the campsite to call the police, and he's like, "Why? What happened?" And let me tell you something, okay? Already from the way he asked me that, I could see I didn't like his energy in this situation. I'm just gonna put it out there. Later in the thing in the we were talking, I told Jenna and Klaus, when I don't like someone's energy, I make no secret of it. When I like your energy, I make no secret of it. That's how I am. So to me, his attitude was very nonchalant. We don't care. And then he even said, but people might not think this is a big deal. He even said, well, if the stuff probably wasn't worth it, that's probably not that important. Those were his words, not that important. I didn't tell Jenna and Klaus this even because and that's why now I'm so glad that Jenna, I showed you that this bracelet that Jenna gave me. But personal things that people, my friends along my travel have given me, they took that. These are irreplaceable things. No, they are not worth hundreds of dollars, hundreds of euros, but they were important to me. Every time I look at them, they bring me memories from my friends, and happy memories, good memories, stuff that I'm trying to remember. I'm not trying to remember all the negative stuff. I want to remember the positive stuff. It's easy for me to remember the negative stuff. I think it's easy for most people to remember negative memories. But I'm trying to remember the good stuff. So they took that from me. And then to have this male tell me, it's not that important. Yes, I'm getting angry again talking about it. Because his attitude and his energy was like he couldn't care less. And, I don't expect other people to care about Chiga, because most people, especially when I'm passing by, they laugh and they go, oh, one time I was in Hungary and somebody was like, oh, the trash collector. They really disrespectful. They say some of the most disrespectful shit to me in this part of the world. I told you the other stuff. They called me prostitute. They called me all kind of stuff. Nigger, all kind of stuff. To my face, like as they're passing by, as I'm rolling by. They yell it. Of course, they call me gypsy. But for them, gypsy is a swear, it's something bad. In the States, it's different. We say gypsy is as a good thing, but over here, it's not. Anyway, so finally, we tell him what happened, and he's like, I'm getting really sick of his attitude. So I say, it might not be important to you, but it was important to me. These were my things. They just went through my things and they tried to destroy Chiga. It might not be important to you, but it's important to me, because that's the thing about me. I can't sit amongst someone and not like them and just sit there and be okay. I'm either going to get up and walk off, which I wound up doing because I just couldn't take his energy and I was getting really angry. And when I'm angry like that, I cry, because my other reaction is to get violent, because I grew up in a very violent household and violence is easy for me. So it's either get violent or cry. So I was like, I'm going to go cry in the bathroom. So I just got up. I let myself cry in the bathroom. And then I let it out. And then when I came back, I just didn't give a shit about him anymore. Because I knew he didn't give a shit. And there was no point of me caring about what he was saying. Because Chiga only means something to me. She doesn't mean anything to anybody else. Which was even more so befuddling, that somebody took their time to try to destroy her like that. They tore, I have a sheet here. They tore the roof. I had a tick. I've shown you pictures and videos. I had her, this was already wobbling a little bit, but now this wobbles so much. Here, under here, it's not, this part didn't used to wobble. This whole thing right here, this frame didn't used to wobble. This one doesn't wobble like that. They, man, but Chica is a beast. She's a tank. So the police officer and Jenna and Klaus wound up picking her up after the police came. I showed us a little video of that. And Chica and I just kept rolling down the hill the next day, you know, because they tried to destroy us. And anyway, let's get back to the story. So the guy from the owner of the campsite, long story short, I'm not going to get into it, leave the story too long, because he was just irritating the shit out of me. But anyway, I said, I'm going to be, they kept asking me questions and stuff. And I said, I'm going to stay quiet. Because if I say anything, it's not going to be good. Because I didn't like his attitude. His attitude was so funky, so chauvinistic, and so nonchalant. And you would think as a business owner, he would have a little bit more concern for one of his guests that have stayed there for 4 days. But in my opinion, he just didn't give a shit. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to keep this all the way 100. And Klaus and Jenna, if you're watching this video, I mean no ill will by this. This is just the truth of life. I'm so glad that I had Jenna and Klaus with me, because once I had them two white people, German and Russian, they are the right kind of white for the Balkans. And if you want me to make another video about the right kind of white, I can. Because they love Russians over here and they love Germans over here. Love them. Which is interesting because them two motherfuckers used to fight in the past, the Russians and the Germans. So I just find that very interesting. But they love them over here. It's so many German tourists over here and so many Russian, especially, and now I'm in Montenegro. In Montenegro, they love Russians. Love. I've been knowing that because I've been coming to Montenegro for years. But in Croatia, every campsite you go to, every place you go to, you're going to hear German, you're going to see Germans. So they love them. Either they love them or the Germans love it over here. One of the two. Anyway, I think it's a combination of both. So when I had them two with me, I just kept, because his attitude was like, yeah, we don't care. We can call the police, not call the police. And I turned to Jenna and Klaus. I was like, well, Jenna and Klaus were there. Because remember, each and every single time I went up there, one of them was with me. Either Jenna was with me or both Jenna and Klaus were with me. And I said, no, they were with me. They saw. And so then he turned to them and he was like, you saw what happened? So, you know. So when you think that the universe don't give a shit about you, the universe give a shit about you. And somebody could say, well, maybe that's just his reaction because, you know, in that area, nothing bad ever happened. So maybe he didn't know what to do. That's a possibility. But as a human being, if you see something tragic just happen to someone, you try to put yourself in their shoes. If somebody told me, like, I've had my daughter and my son-in-law got their stuff stolen in Italy, and I wasn't like, how dumb of you to leave it there. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, what happened? Is your stuff okay? And immediately I thought, what can I say? And I said to my son-in-law, because it was majority, his stuff got stolen, my daughter's, because he actually took my daughter's stuff up to the hill because she fell. They had to go to the ambulance, long story short. So they had to separate from the things. Well, he wound up running back and grabbing her things, but because they spent so much time with the ambulance, somebody was able to steal his stuff. So I told him, that was so brave what you did. I said, and the fact that you just forgot everything and cared about my daughter. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't know what to say in situations, but you don't say something shitty. If you like the old saying goes, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, keep your fucking mouth shut. But some people like to run their mouths and say only shitty things or nonchalant things or unprofessional things. Some people can't think quick enough, I suppose. And that's not an insult. Maybe you can't think on your feet. That's fine. Or some people just don't have any idea what to say to somebody. So sometimes shitty things come out. It's possible. And they don't mean any harm by it. It is what it is. But to sit there, Jenna, Klaus, and I were sitting there for a while. So he had plenty time to hear me speak, to hear Klaus speak. Klaus and Jenna were speaking to him. I was speaking to him. And he still said, well, I call him. And then he calls his friend. And he's like, I called my friend. And my friend told me to call the police. But it happened to me. I'm telling you to call the police. Why do you need to call your friend and ask your friend if you should call the police when a crime just happened? So I was like, you know what? When he said that, I was through. I said, I'm going to be quiet. And I didn't say anything to him anymore, not ever. And then Klaus later, because the tide just turned completely, because I was done for. I was already done with that whole experience, because I didn't want to go through Croatia. I'm not make this video until too long, it's already 30 minutes. But I didn't want to go to Croatia, okay? And I know people are like, well, don't do that, because Croatia is a big country and not everybody's the same. I understand that. And I understand that there are good people in Croatia. And I said that, and I believe it. I don't believe there are a lot of good people in there who would be nice to me, but I believe there are some good people there. But every single time I've gone to Croatia, something racist or something nationalist has happened to me. And they don't give a shit. They've thrown things at me. They've called me nigger or Afrikaanski. Not nigger, block. I want to get it right. Call me block, Afrikaanski, and what did he say? Go home or get out of here or something. This was last year. The TSOC employee. I made a video. It's up. You can actually hear him throwing money at me. He threw something at me too. And then before that, when I was in Vodarac, it's a small village, this guy threw something at me because I was standing on the sidewalk, because that was the only place I could get Wi-Fi. A small village, and he threw something at the back of my head. So I don't have good experiences when I go through Croatia. So I didn't want to go back through Croatia, but I needed to get to the port. And I wanted to get to the port in Bosnia, but Bosnia, it's only, I think it's Neum, Neum, however you pronounce it. I don't want to mispronounce it. But I wouldn't be able to get out to go to another country. So I was like, well, I have to go through Croatia. I didn't have a choice, Because the thing about it is, with me, is that I don't like to spread negativity, okay? But the thing is that the reality is that looking how I'm looking, people say some of the shittiest things to me, because they think, they look at me and they automatically assume I don't care about my life, I don't care about myself, that I'm kind of just, this hobo who don't give a shit about anything. And they say really nasty things to me. Like, people think it's okay to be disrespectful to me. And I don't give off that energy. I don't. But the thing is that when you look a certain way, and I'm aware of, and some people would say, and I know there are good intentions by it, they would say, well, just change your appearance, and then people will leave you alone. Excuse me? No. I feel the most myself like this. I love my tattoos. I love my shaved head. I love my dark skin. Love it. I'm out in the sun all the time. I try to get as dark as I can. So, yeah. Love it. I'm not going to change who I am. Because if I change who I am, then I'll be miserable and unhappy. So let me tell you, because the story changed. The tide changed. Okay? So I decided to be quiet until the police show up. I go to the bathroom. By the time I cry. By the time I come out of the bathroom, the police are there. So it was a police officer named Marina. I found out her name later, but I'm going to go ahead and start telling her name now, because she was the catalyst to change everything. She did it. Her energy in this whole situation, professional, kind, empathetic, sympathetic, logical, okay? She is the kind of people that we need in the whole entire universe. Okay? Her partner, I can't say. He was quiet all the time, so I don't know, but shout out to him too. But I spoke to her because at this point, I was like, I don't want any male energy around me except Klaus. So everybody be gone. Poof, be gone. So she comes and she's like, I asked her, I wasn't trying to be rude. When I ask people this, I don't try to be rude. But the thing is that I don't speak Croatian that well. And so I just asked her because for the situation, I needed someone who spoke English, you know? And if she didn't speak English, I was about to bust out the Google Translate because I needed her to understand the situation. She was like, no, I speak English. I understand. You go ahead, sis. So I was talking to her and I just broke it down to her. I said everything that happened, whoopty, whoopty, whoop. She's like, you know, I understand. And she was like, well, the thing is, professional. She was like, the thing is, she explained to me that if it's not 100 euros or like over 100 euros, they probably really not going, you know, when you go to sue, they probably not going to give a shit. You know, it's not going to be too much of a big deal. And I'm just like, sis, I understand that. And I said, no, it wasn't worth over 100 euros, but I want this reported. It's not about getting my stuff back because once I saw my stuff gone, I was like, unless they threw it down over the hill, which Klaus and Jenna they actually went down to look. Top-notch, top-quality human beings. And I don't meet these kind of people very often. Top-notch, top-quality human beings. So Klaus and Jenna, they going all up and down the mountains looking for my shit, but they didn't see it. Because they were like, they probably threw your stuff. And I was just like, okay. Well, Marina was like, later, not in this, later, like when we went back up the hill, she said, because we had to go down, call the police. Then she was like, let's go see your bike. Let's go see it. So we went back up. When we drove back up to see Chiga, she was talking. And she said, because I said to her, the reason why I'm so angry is because everybody knows who this bike belonged to. Everybody saw me for 4 days. There are a lot of people I see, and none of them came and said, hey, somebody's fucking with your stuff. Which shocked me because remember I told you those two groups of people helped me with Chiga before. So I was shocked the fact that somebody could sit there, go through my things, take my things, move Chiga and all that time, and nobody came back down and said anything to me. They let it happen. So I just felt so alone in that moment. So just defeated. And I rarely feel defeated. But I felt like, okay, in this country, everybody is against me. Like Tupac said, it's just me and only God can judge me against the world, whatever shit. Yeah. But I felt the negative part of it. So I was like, I'm just talking to her like human being to human being. She's understanding. She's feeling me. She's feeling the vibe. She know what's tea. And I said, I don't understand. I said, y'all want me. And so now I'm talking out loud. I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking to myself, Chiga, Medina, Klaus, Jenna. I'm just talking. Because they were trying to get me to see that maybe it wasn't personal. Because I said, I know this was personal. Like the energy of it. And I told this to Marina. I said, Marina, it was personal. I can't give you exact proof and detailed, minute proof. But bitch, it was personal. I didn't say bitch to her, but everybody knows how I talk. The bitch I say is girl. It was personal. She saw this lady passing by, and the lady in the car, and she said that lady told her, because she was trying to get information from everybody, and she said she told her that around 8 o'clock, which is around the time of Jenna's and I last trip up, that she saw somebody moving my bags over to the edge of the road. So they're thinking that the trash man came by. But my thing was this. That particular day, and I have video proof, I believe it was August 5th, that was a holiday in Croatia. So the garbage man came by on the holiday. Maybe. I know it was personal. I know it. And I feel like the confirmation of that, even though those people that yelled out, go home to me, that was confirmation that it was personal. Because I wasn't that far from, I mean, I was far actually, but I took a ferry. It was still in the southern part of Croatia. So I don't know if that's where I was. I've not ever been to Zagreb. I've not ever been to Zadar. I didn't even get as far as Makarska or Split. So maybe in those parts of Croatia, the people are less closed-minded. I don't know. So for anybody thinking about going to Croatia, and if you are of color, I know people of color that have traveled to Croatia and have had positive experiences. I watch their videos on YouTube. I don't know them personally. So I know people are trying in Croatia. But when you meet these local one-to-one people in these villages, this is usually where I go. I don't go to the touristy parts. I usually go to the smaller villages and stuff. It's just the way I do. Since I've been traveling with my daughter for almost 20 years. That's how we've done it. No. Sometimes you will have the best of experiences dealing with the villagers. But a lot of times you don't. And in my mind, that's where you gotta get them. That's where. Because everybody needs to know that racism ain't okay. Prejudice is not okay. Discrimination is not okay. Being evil to people is not okay. Especially for a skin color or a tattoo. Not everybody who have tattoos is a gang member or is a secret psychopathic serial killer. Just so you guys know. Because that's what a lot of them think, especially over here. I've actually had someone ask me if I was in a gang. Straight. Just, are you in a gang? Not lying about that. Dead ass serious. Where's the camera? Alright. Dead ass serious. So, it's not, and he wasn't, as far as I know, he wasn't a villager. Yeah. So, I'm done with this part of the world. Meaning I can't anymore. I can't keep justifying my reason for being here. Before, I still have a little bit of idealist left in me. And even my daughter was like, Mom, get out of there. And I'm just like, I can't sit here and believe that everybody in this area is bad. As much bad shit has happened to me, and it's been a lot. I can't, you know? And I feel like a lot of times I feel like people do bad things to me in this part of the world because they want me to leave. And they like, if we're mean enough to her, she'll leave, she won't come back, and none of the people like her will come here because we don't want them here. And that's my God's to honest feeling about it. Like, if I could sum everything up in a nutshell, that's what it would be. Especially sometimes when they see that I make YouTube videos, they're like, oh, be as shitty as you can to her, because then she'll spread the word that we don't want none of them here. We don't, and they'll tell you that they don't want you here. It's like Jim Crow in the American South. They felt empowered to be racist because they knew nobody would stop them. And that's how I feel when I'm in the Balkans, especially Croatia. They know nobody is going to stop them. When that guy, when I was in Herzegovina, actually, which is very close to Croatia, and it's a Croatian part of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Everyone knows that. It's no secret. No one thinks it's a secret. The guy, when he was putting his cane in my face, nobody stopped him. Nobody said, "Hey man, don't do that. Don't put your cane in. So leave her alone." Even when the police came, I recorded it. Even when the police came, and I said, "Well, you're the police." He's like, "Yeah, but he's telling us he owns the streets." I said, "But how can someone? I know this isn't the States, and rules are different in every country. But I said, how can someone own the street? No offense, the streets are public. The streets themselves. He's telling you he owns the street." And you can hear me in the video asking for clarification. I'm like, he can't own this road. He can own his home. He can own the land, which I think is crazy. But anyway, the road, the street. And he was like, "Well, we're not into real estate, so we can't tell you if he's telling the truth or not." I don't hate Croatians. I just don't ever want to go to that country ever again. And I know I've gotten whoever is watching this hate watching my videos, because I get a lot of hate. I get some, not a lot, but I get hate watchers. I know they're giving a round of applause for that, because a lot of them don't want to see my black ass in the Balkans. No problem. You're getting what you want. Happy birthday. I don't want to go back to Croatia. And like I said, I didn't go to I went to the part that hits Hungary and Hungarians. Y'all, you know I love a lot of y'all, because a lot of y'all my babies in there, because I taught summer camp and English camp, and I taught at high school and elementary school there for 3 years. So I got a lot of Hungarian babies over there, and I love them down. Okay, love them. But y'all know it's a lot of racism there too. So the part of Croatia that's close to Hungary, okay, and the southeast part, that's where I was. So I don't know, and we got racist parts in the States. We got racism all over the States. But there are certain parts where you go where people like, so maybe that was it. Okay, because I'm trying to think this thing through. Like I said earlier, some people can't think quick. Sometimes it takes me a minute to process things too. Okay, so maybe that's it. Maybe that's their racist part. I don't know. But I did meet some good people. Like I said, the situation, I want to tell you all the good part, because I'm tired of talking about the shitty part. When the police officer came, Marina, okay, because I know I've been all over in this story, but I rarely talk to people, and I'm talking to y'all as a way to talk anyway, and to get it out, because I want this out of me. I don't want this negativity in my body. So I'm talking to her, and I'm just talking to her as a human being. I'm not talking to her as police officer to victim or no shit like this. I'm talking to her as human being to human being, woman to woman. And I said, "Look, sis," I didn't say sis, but my energy was giving it. "Look, we know what's going on here, okay?" And she was like, "No, I get it. This important to you. These are personal things, like thing." And I didn't think she was trying to placate me. Like, "Oh, okay." Like I really felt like she understood. And when I tell you what that bitch did later, y'all gonna really see that sis. She can come to the cookout, and she can bring one friend, one, and we gonna have to do a background check on that motherfucker. Anyway, but she can come to the cookout. She welcome. So Marina, if you ever in Chicago, bring your ass to the cookout, bitch, okay? So I'm talking to her and stuff, and she like, "Yeah, if you sue them, blah, 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 blah." So we go back up to the road to see Chico, because I'm like, Jenna and Klaus are like, "Don't touch nothing until the police." I mean, they were so perfect. They were handling it, honey. They were taking care of their business, because I was just like, I was so mad and so angry, and just so hurt. I was really hurt, because I really feel to in this moment that it was personal. Anyway, so, and I hadn't done anything to anybody. I stay to myself. I do my qigong, do my body movements, and I keep to myself. I stay quiet, barely talk. So they were trying to hurt me. Anyway, moving on. So then we go back up there, and I'm going off because I'm just like, this is crazy. I'm saying like, y'all want me to think, and Jenna just rubbing my back like, Tammy, I know. But I'm like, y'all want me to think it wasn't personal, but look at what they did. And I'm pointing to Chiga. I'm like, if it wasn't personal, why didn't they? Because Chiga was sitting upright. Why did they push her over? Why did they tear her? Why did they try to tear her wooden part? Why did they do all that if it wasn't personal? They could have just left her if they couldn't pick her up and carry her. They could have looked at her wheels. They saw nothing was wrong with her wheel. So they'd be like, oh my God, this is somebody's bike. It was clear that someone had built her. You can clearly see she's been built out and customized. Someone loves this bike. You can clearly see it. I painted her and, all this stuff. And you ripping her apart. And you don't want me to think it's personal. So Marina winds up saying, give me your phone number and I'm gonna call around and try to see what happened. Because I skipped this. I didn't skip, but I stopped talking. There was a lady passing by, Marina said, the police officer, and she said she saw somebody put myself at a road and maybe the trash guy had came. I personally don't think that's true, but let's go with what Marina said because she got good energy and the bitch seemed like she liked to tell the truth. So she was like, give me your phone number, and if I find out what happened and maybe we can get some of your stuff back, then I'll call. I was like, well, I don't have a phone number because everybody know me, girl. I don't like talking on the phone that much and stuff like that. So I make videos, but that's why I had a phone. I don't have a phone to call people. So I talked to my daughter, but I talked to her not on a phone. I talked to her on the internet. So she took Jenna's number, and she was like, I'm gonna call you later. Whoop-de-whoop. Okay. So she left and everything. Jenna and Klaus was like, Tammy, what you gonna do now? I'm like, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. I can't stand these motherfuckers. They getting on my fucking nerve. Because I was pissed. And I still feel like somebody should have came and told me something. I still feel like that. If y'all don't agree with me, that's fine. Agree to disagree. We don't have to argue over it. But somebody saw what happened and nobody said anything to me. That's how I feel about it. And I'm always feel like that as far as I know. Anyway. So Jenna was like, no, Tammy, we got to figure something else out. I'm like, nah, I'm out of here. I didn't care if I passed out on the road. I just wanted to get away from here because it was like all this negative energy. I just want to get away from here. So Klaus was like, no. And it's something about Klaus and Jenna. Like, I'll argue somebody the house down boots. Everybody know that, though. I will argue you till your tongue fall out, and then I will step on your tongue and bitch pour hot water on it, and I would still argue your ass down. I do not care. So but I don't know. They have very calm, for me anyway. They have very calm and not in a superior way. It's a very like, and I was like, okay, I'm listening. He's like, this what we gonna do. He was like, but see, he's Santa Claus for a reason. That's why I call it Santa Claus. He was like, I'm gonna go talk to the owner of the, I said, because I didn't like his energy. Still don't to this day, thinking back. But it's not my business because I'm not nowhere near there, so it's not my business. But I just didn't like his energy. I think he was very nonchalant, unprofessional, and he didn't give a shit. And I just think, which is nonchalant, I didn't like it. So, yeah. And I think something else too, but I ain't gonna say it. But anyway, so Klaus was like, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down there, I'm gonna talk to him, and I'm gonna ask him, can you sleep in our van? Because Klaus and Jenna have a camper, and then they have a car that they pull the camper with, and they have a bed inside their car too, the car that we were driving in. So I was like, y'all ain't gotta do it. They like, cause like that's what we doing. That's what we doing. I'm about to go down there. He was like, just wait up here. We'll be back in 15 minutes. And I was like, okay. Let me tell you something. Y'all might call this racist or stereotypical. Bitch, I don't care. If a German gives you a time frame, bitch, that time frame is accurate. Every time I go to Germany, okay, and I take a train, if the train say it's leaving at 12:07, bitch, your ass better be there at 12:05, because at 12:07 ... 00, and the train pull off. One time in my multiple years of traveling to Germany, the train pulled off late by 1 minute. And I'm not exact on my black skin. That's what the fuck happened. And my daughter and I were looking at each other like, the train is late. Like, seriously, it shocked the shit out of us. 1 minute, it shocked the shit out of us. Because if they give you a time frame, I don't know what connection they have with Father Time and Mother Universe. But when they give you a time frame, if a German give you a time frame, bitch, that shit is what's happening. So in 15 minutes, the motherfuckers was back up the hill. And he said, come get in the car to get me. I was like, Klaus, I don't want to have to take Chico back down, because then I got to push her back up the hill. Can't do it. He said, we're not worried about none of that. Bring your ass back down this hill. Get in this car. Get in this car. So the Slovenians came through. Sandy, Masha, shout out to y'all, motherfucker. This is where the story is changing. This is where the story is getting this. Here comes the upbeat part. For all you people who can't stand to hear negative shit, at 56:53. Here we go. So Klaus, Papa and Mama, they're my Papa and Mama from another mother and brother. So Klaus and Jenna like, Tim, get your ass in the car. And we going back down this hill. I'm like, I can't leave my bike. First I was like, I'm gonna leave my bike. And Klaus was like, you ain't leaving your bike up here, bitch. Do you know what the fuck just happened to your shit? You gonna leave your bike? And I'm like, well, I can't put you back down the hill. I was like, I'm too tired and I won't be able to do it. He was like, that's okay. Masha, Sandy. So he called the reinforcement. Masha and Sandy were the people who I was camping right next to. Who, let me tell you about these motherfuckers. I don't care if y'all tired at this point. Y'all gonna hear me and y'all gonna let me tell y'all about Masha and fucking Sandy, okay? And they kids. Well, I think they were their kids. I'm not sure. Masha and Sandy, okay? I was like, their campsite was here, and I was like down here. So I had to remember that step I told you. I had to go through their section, go down, and then when I first came, they helped me bring Chiga down the step. They picked Chiga up and brought her in. That was number one. They were loud, a little loud for me at night, but you know me, I like my quiet. We're gonna move that over to the side because that's not really relevant right now. So it windy, raining, okay, and I had a rain cover for Chiga, but the wind was crazy. So Masha saw this, and she comes over, not because you could see straight through. There was the fence had holding, not like busted down, but like you could see through the fence. She comes, peeks over the fence, giving me my privacy, and she said, because she told me later, we don't want to disturb you. I'm like, yeah, okay, good looking out, but okay, whatever. And she said, you could come sleep in our shelter area here, because they had like their camper and then like an enclosed area, with like an awning, but with enclosed awning, basically like a sunroom, but like for camping. And she was like, you can sleep in the sunroom, basically. She didn't call it a sunroom. I'm calling it sunroom, whatever. And to get out of the rain. I was like, okay. At first I said no, because I was like, I don't want to go, because I'm just funny. I had heard some other men over there, and I'm just funny around. Like I told you, I'm not very comfortable around Balkan men. They make me very uncomfortable. They've said some very disrespectful things to me, very vulgar, and I'm just not comfortable around them. I'm not. You can say whatever you want. I don't give a shit. It's my experience. Fuck you. Okay, go. Actually, no. Fuck you. Fuck yourself. Anyway, if you can't understand it, then click off my video. Because I'm telling you, any of y'all motherfucker trolls and stuff, I'm not dealing with y'all no more. Like I said, I've had enough. I've had fucking enough. I'm not dealing with y'all motherfuckers no more. I'm not even going to entertain y'all. Before, I used to at least say something back and try to explain the situation. I'm not explaining shit to y'all motherfuckers. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, so, and I mean that. So, because that's probably why you leaving shit on my video, because you need something up your fucking assholes. Like I said, if you don't like the way I talk, don't watch my fucking videos, because them motherfuckers piss me off, because I'm tired of these people like this in the world. Anyway, going back to my Masha and Sandy. So I was sleeping. I slept in their sunroom for 2 nights because the rain was coming and things like that. The first night and my last night there, I slept in Chico. It was fine. So I was talking to Masha. I was in the bathroom. Masha saw me, and she was like, we don't want to disturb you or nothing, but if you need anything, you have to ask us, but we'll help you." And I'm like, "Okay, girl, thank you." And I told her really genuinely, like, "Thank you for helping me." She was like, "It's nothing." I'm like, "No, really, thank you, because you don't have to be nice to me. It's not your responsibility to be nice." She was like, "No, seriously, if you need anything, just ask." And I was like, "Okay." So I needed directions, and I went and asked, and that's when her daughter was in there, and it was windy. And the daughter, who I thought was just staring at me, because they don't. So a lot of people don't teach their kids don't stare at people, but she wound up bringing me clothespins. The baby wound up bringing me clothespins, so my clothes wouldn't fly. They're just nice people. Masha and Sandy from Slovenia. If anybody know them motherfuckers, don't fuck with them motherfuckers and get him a hug. Y'all could come to the cookout with Marina too, okay? And to bring the kids. So Masha and Sandy, I think Klaus, because Klaus knew Masha and Sandy. I think everybody at the campsite knew Masha and Sandy. But Masha and Klaus went to get Masha and Sandy. So Masha come and helped me bring Chiga down. And Sandy was like sitting on Chiga. And Masha and I were in the front, like guiding her. So she went, because I guess when they pushed Chiga over, Sandy was like that she was off balance. Sandy came the next day, fixed Chiga so she wouldn't be off balance, oiled her up, did some other shit. I don't know what the fuck he did, but whatever. We got here, so he must have done something right. Because at that point, I was just so done. And I trusted him with Chiga. Like, I wasn't like, oh, he doing something funny. I was glancing over because Chiga is my BFF. But I didn't feel like, oh, he trying to, like, make it so I can't get out of here. You know what I mean? The anxious part of my brain always thinks negative things. That's just how it is. But like in my heart, in my soul, I knew she was okay. You know what I mean? So that ain't it. So I'm talking to Masha, because Masha's like, "Girl, tell me what's tea. What the fuck happened?" And I'm telling Masha what happened. I'm like, I even said to Masha, like, I wish they had stolen Chiga, because for them to like try to destroy her and tear her apart and just leave her for me to see like that hurt me to my heart. And I even said that to Jenna. I was like, my heart is hurting, like it's broken, because I tell the truth on everything. If I'm sad, mad, happy, angry, I want to punch you in your face, go tell you to fuck yourself. Like, that's just how I am. I say how it is. My daughter always tell me, "Mom, you don't got no filter." I don't, and I don't want one neither. And this world, to me, too many people got filters on, and that some motherfuckers need to keep the filter and put duct tape over their mouth too. Anyway, and over their whole body, over their eyes, their nose, their mouth, everything. Just duct tape your whole negative spirit up and go send yourself somewhere and be reborn without your negative energy. Hallelujah. Let the church of twerk say amen. Take a sip. Anyway, so she's like, "Tell me what happened." And I'm like, "Yeah, they fucked her up." And then Masha was like, "I don't think somebody stole your stuff. I just really don't think that's what happened." And I'm like, "Well, what? It ain't here. Jenna and I put it there. It ain't no longer here. So either they stole it or they threw it away." It's not really that bad. I don't have my things, and they ripped Chiga apart. How you want? There's no like better in this situation. They shouldn't have done that, because she was off to the side, not bothering anyone. I always push her off to the side. So when I was in Yablanica, I left her on the side of the road for like 2 hours. Nobody bothered her, and then people saw me. She was like so close to the road because there was nowhere else I could put her. You know what I mean? That I moved her. She wasn't in the road. I took a picture. You can go find it. If you don't find it, you see. Anyway, in the video. So, and Masha was like, everything gonna be all right. So, they calm energy too. There's just good, sweet energy. Just calm. She's like, don't worry. Everything gonna be all right. We gonna fix it and everything. So I go sit down, and everybody's like, "Just sit down, Tammy. Just calm down. Just sit down. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. Just sit down and just relax." Because I was like, because I was like, I'm telling you, if somebody had said just start fighting, I would have just started fighting, because I was ready. Because that's how I am. Like, because I said I grew up in a very violent household. People who know what they know. And so violence is very easy for me, and anger is my default emotion. So like I've been working on it for years to not, look at this. Anyway, protein and water. Anyway, so yeah, so I love y'all for listening. Whoever's still listening, and whoever's not, God bless y'all too. Anyway, so but for the motherfuckers, y'all go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. So anyway, I'm sitting down, and Claus and Jen was like, okay, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, they just pulled out the wine. So I'm just sitting there, and they like, okay, Tim, we drank some wine. They're like, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. And Jen was like, let's wash this negative energy off. Let's just wash all this stress. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, girl, I can't swim. She was like, we're going to sit by the sea. We're going to sit by the sea. So we went down there. We were just talking, relaxing. And it was nice. I went down there, I dipped in the water for a couple times, and I would just relax and put on a bikini. I usually don't wear people's bikinis, but I just went with it. I was just going with the flow. And Jenna gave me one of her bikinis. It was too small, but I wore it anyway because I didn't give a fuck. And because I love me some Jenna and Klaus and Marsha and Sandy and the babies. And so I just went down there, and I was just, chilling with them or whatever. And I felt very protected in that moment. I want to say that too. When I was with Jenna and Klaus, and Marsha and Sandy too. But I was majority of the time with Jenna and Klaus. I just felt very protected. They have this energy about them that I've not experienced. I'm trying to think. Maybe when I was in Germany once, but this just was intense. It was like on a whole nother level. They have such protector energy. It was just crazy. Not crazy, but like that's how I was supposed to meet up with them. You know what I mean? And even Jenna said, I was wondering why I met you, and it was just automatic, natural, And so I was just hanging out with them and just like woo-sign and just getting back to myself or whatever. And we just talking and shit. And then, they fed me because that's what they do. And I went to sleep. Well, later that night, we get a phone call. Who you say you get a phone call from? Remember, Marina has Jenna's number. So Marina says to Jenna, does Tammy need clothes? Because remember, the police officer, only thing I had was this dress. I will show you. This dress right here that my daughter bought for me, gave me. And my scarf. They stole all my clothes, my panties, my outfit, my mesh stockings, fishnets that I wore dancing. Stole that. My my bikini piece, my one piece that went with it. They stole all my underwear, all my workout clothes, everything. Go. So when I tell y'all I was upset, it wasn't just, imagine if you out somewhere, you're in a foreign country and somebody steal all your clothes except for what you wear. And you're going to be like, it's okay. I just love everyone. That's how you would do? Well, that's you. That's not me. Anyway, so yeah. So I'm going to close. My ropes and stuff that I use to fix Chigo, took that. All my recycle stuff, took that. I had Hindi pieces that my friends gave me. They took that. So, yeah. But when people want to see you, because sometimes people don't like the fact that you happy living your life, so they want to try to make you miserable. But So Marina calls Jenna, and she was like, I'm going to bring Tammy some clothes. What she want? The police officer. This is the police officer talking to Jenna. So Jenna turned to me. She like, Tammy, guess what? I'm like, what? She like, Marina want to bring you some clothes. I'm like, I saw the bitch was professional and shit, but damn. She was like, nah, she want to bring you some clothes, bitch. She was like, what you want? I'm like, and Jenna was like, girl, you need some shoes, because they were shocked that I walk up and down mountains with sandals on. But that what they didn't realize is that I can walk barefoot too. Like a lot of the times I walk barefoot because it's actually better for your feet, and it helps you get a grip. You can grip better because it's natural for us. That's why you see babies walking around like that, and you wonder why babies can like th- catch their bounce up so quick, and they like because they're barefoot. We can naturally grip. People be laughing and they like to call black people monkeys and stuff. But if you actually look at, we can learn shit from. If you look at the way monkeys and like primates grip things, oh, humans can do that. I've strengthened my toes like that. I use a pole and I strengthen my toes so that when I'm going down mountains, I can grip stuff and I don't fall. And it's funny because when I'm wearing shoes, I actually trip more. It's the funniest thing. Anyway, so I was like, girl, no, the shoes I have is fun. I was like, some shorts, a dress, some shirt, just something. She bought me some of the nicest. This here, this, and I have the other clothes, but then I have one on, but I don't have no top on, so I ain't gonna pin down. She gave me like another shirt. I'm gonna do a whole I'll do a little fashion show for y'all, whatever. Later, not in this video. This is an hour, 11 minutes already. So when these demons out here try to jump into these human beings and try to do nasty, dirty, disgusting things to you, the angels are out there too. And maybe that's what the universe wanted me to see. That as much as negativity is out there, I don't know. Actually, I don't know why that happened to Chiga and I still don't know. And it's not. I've learned through life that it's not necessary to know the reason. What's important is how it's my reaction, how I handle it, how I process it, and how I digest it, and then how I interpret it. That's what's important. So like I said, I don't hate anybody, actually. Croatians are on that list. But I don't like being there. I don't have good experiences, a lot of them from Croatia. And a lot of the good experiences that I have, as you can see, were in Croatia, but not with Croatians. With Slovenians, Russians, Germans. They were the ones that helped me. Some Croatians helped me. Marina was Croatian. Her mom is German. So maybe, I just think Croatians, they just don't like foreigners that much. And a black one, looking how I'm looking, I just think they don't like it. And they're taught to not like it. I believe that in my heart of hearts. They're taught that. That's the camera eyeball is over there. And when I know when I post this video, some trolls are going to come. I might disable the comments. I'm not sure. But I know that the trolls are going to come. Don't care. These are the truths of my experiences. I don't advocate hate. I don't advocate for people to go and be shitty to Croatians. I'm telling you what happened to me. And I cannot say that as a person of color, you will have a great time in Croatia. I don't know. Maybe if you go to Zagreb or Zadar or the western part, the part closer to where Masha and Sandy live in Slovenia, maybe if you go to that section, you will. Because they couldn't have been nicer to me. And their spirit, if you ever meet them, you will pick up on what I'm saying. They don't, you know how some people, they really don't like you, but they, Masha and Sandy looked at me in my eyeballs when they were talking to me, and you could feel. I took pictures with them. I'm gonna put pictures. If I don't put them in this video, I'm gonna put them on my community page. I'm gonna put pictures. It was me. I put myself. It was Masha, Sandy's friend. His name I can't remember. Flo, some. Klaus, Jenna, and one of these babies, because he came over later. to help push Chiga up the hill. I have like a quick 3-second video. They were all pushing Chiga up the hill. So I can't call. But last year, I can say this. Last year when I was in Croatia, 2 Croatian gentlemen helped me with Chiga. Two. So it's people out there. The Croatians know it. The ones that's not full of lies and shit. And even those, they know that what happens in Croatia. They know about the racism and the nationalism going on. They know it. They don't like it either. But, you know, negative people, bad people, people with bad intentions seem to always be the loudest. And you could have 90 good people quiet and 10 bad people, but they loud and doing all the movement, so it make you think they're the 90. You know, I'm aware of all this. I know all these things happen. But what do you want me to do? I can't sit up here and say that, okay, well, the people that are talking to me, I mean, actually I could. The people that are talking to me are the 10%. And the good people are the 90%. I could say that to myself. I don't know if that's true. There's just something about Croatia that just rubs me the wrong way. And I think it's because racism is everywhere. It's something different in Croatia. And I think it's the nationalism. There is a group there. They want Croatia for Croatians. And by that, I mean white. They don't want to see nothing if it ain't white. And even further, they don't want to see you if you're not Croatian. Last year when I was in Croatia, I stayed at this place for 1 month. I was passing the road. Chiga actually fell over, okay, in the road. And I passed by this farm. It was a farm. It's farmland, but he didn't have a farm. And I said, can I camp here? Because when I'm in Croatia and Serbia, I just knock on people's doors and be like, hey, can I sleep in your garden or your yard? And they'd be like, usually they say yeah. So that you know, in Serbia. In Croatia, last year I asked and nobody answered the door, so I just slept there. And I told the police I'm gonna sleep outside. They were like, okay. So I said to him, hey, I have my bike. Do you mind if I camp on your land? And he was like, this is not my land. This is my friend's land. Long story short, I wound up camping there, sleeping there for a month in my tent. And he wasn't the most positive person. And he said some things that weren't so great either. But, you know, it is. He was 55. And some people are like, well, the older generation, you know, they think like that. But he said to me, that Croatians can't enjoy Croatia. That's what he said. On my life, he said that. And I think that sentiment runs through a lot of Croatians. That they think that their country is being taken over by different, foreign, different, strange. And so whenever they see something that they perceive as non-Croatian, they go into attack mode. That's what I think. It's sad, but I think that's the truth of it. I'm going to end this video, and I'm going to end it by saying thank you, Masha. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you to Masha and Sandy's babies who gave me the clothespins. Thank you to Sandy's friend. Thank you to Marina, the police officer from Mokalo, whose mom is also German. So, because there might be another Marina there. Maybe her mom German too. I don't know, bitch. Marina, you know who I'm talking about. You know which one is you. Bitch, come to the cookout, okay? Klaus and Jenna. Bitches. Okay? I love y'all down. I love y'all down. I really mean that. Y'all made my experience there. It was just so calm. Because it could have went in a total another direction. But it didn't. And that's partially due to y'all motherfuckers. It is. And I know that. I'm aware of it. I recognize that. And I'm grateful. And I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart. I was going to say black ass heart, but people would take it the wrong way. But y'all know what the fuck I mean. Okay? We was each other's peoples, and I'm glad that I met y'all. I'm glad. And I hope you pass your test. You pass your test by the time this video go up, because you know I don't post my videos too close to when I make them for safety reasons. But I remember, Jenna, that you had your yoga test on August 20th. So I hope you pass that test. I'm praying for you, sis. I know you try to see me as a daughter, but I'm going to call you sis anyway. I'm praying for you. I'm praying that the angels and whomever else, I'm sending lots of energetic brain cells to you so you can pass that test, girl. And I love you. I love you, Klaus, with your crazy ass, calm self. Don't ever change for nobody, okay? And don't let people use you. You know who what I mean. And I love y'all. And I love all of y'all too that's watching this video. And for the trolls, I don't love y'all because I don't love that energy y'all bring. But I love the hope for the future that y'all can stop being trolls. And on that note, I love you, Chiga. I love you, universe. I love you, ancestors. And I love the Lord. And Jesus, Jesus Christos, please get your kids.